Well, hello, this is Logan Clarke again from Global Pursuit Investigation. And I'm going to I'm going to kind of wrap up that undercover thing I was discussing before in this episode. I guess we'll call it episode. I'm going to go back to the undercover that I was talking about in the last video. And I gave many examples that were big examples. The Southeast Asian case and the yacht and everything. And different things that we did that were very large, very expensive. I wanted to explain that undercover, the whole philosophy of undercover work, being able to get you more than just driving down and following somebody. You see them go inside a house, you got to try to figure out what they're doing. There's clues to what they're doing, by who comes and goes and stuff. But every private detective thinks if I could just be a fly on the wall inside that. And this has to do with spouses who get divorced and they have child support and they say, oh, they got a hurt back, they can't work anymore, they can't get a normal job, and yet we know they're making a fortune. We need to get inside their life to find out what's going on. And you use undercover. This is an example of what you can do. You have a beautiful female agent on a Saturday afternoon, it's hot, it's during summertime, and make sure, obviously you have to do surveillance, make sure the person's home or this isn't going to do any good. But you have a car come around and it's got a flat tire. And this gorgeous girl, now you may make it an expensive car, depending on the information that you're trying to gain. From that simple getting inside that house, being able to look around, and of course use the bathroom, which if a attractive lady is in your home you can use and has to use a bathroom. So you have this car come around with a flat tire, and out of the car comes this gorgeous, 9.5, 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, and she is getting the flat tire to repair it. She's getting the equipment out of the trunk and obviously looking at it and playing dumb and just acting like, she's got quite the slightest idea of what to do. And if a guy is watching this, there's not a chance in hell that he is not going to get up and go offer to help this woman. We're lucky if 3 or 4 neighbors don't come up and offer help. But the minute you do that, the minute that they change the tire, they help you, you can go in, you can ask to use the restroom. After the tire gets changed, there's no problem there. You get to look at the house and everything you can imagine, from if I want to find out if there's a child there, are there toys, because nobody expected this flat tire to happen outside their place. No one expected a woman to walk through, and they're not even concerned with it. He just fixed her flat tire, for Christ's sake. They got a relationship. And she goes through, and she not only sees what's in the house, but she sees what's in the bathroom. And you don't take medicine or take pictures, or now you're stepping over the law. But if you just go in there, and that agent can then make however much of a relationship, a conversation that you want. In other words, what do you need to learn? Once that is done, that may give you the answer to what you're trying to find out. And now it's worth, and your client knows that it's worth doing a proper surveillance, getting everything filmed, and you can bust your case. There are thousands of times that we have used an undercover agent, whether it be I want them to make one afternoon trip. We've done surveys with blenders and not a cheap blender, $160 Osterizer, blender, and had them given away, literally given to a couple of neighbors so that the neighbors get them, and then you go to your Target. And there's certain laws in certain states of what you can do. You got to be very careful of entrapment. But if we don't go there, the girl who fakes the flat tire doesn't bring drugs. If it's a drug case, she doesn't do that and then bring drugs in the house and suggest that they all get high. That's entrapment. This isn't even used as an agent. It's just literally used to find out what's inside that house. But anyway, that's how Undercover can be used to solve the simplest case and not have it wind up being expensive, answer it quickly, to the largest, most imaginative, like the yacht party that I talked about at the yacht club, and some cases can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, some cases can cost thousands of dollars. I've worked for several governments and they've gone into the millions. There's sort of like the Swedish government, the German government, they pay for their citizens. If the child is kidnapped, what a concept. The government takes care of it. But anyway, I wanted to wrap that up and let everybody know how Undercover can be used both ways. And we do it many, many